Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to take a deep dive into one of the most popular Linux distribution that's out there, and it's Linux Mint. So if you're thinking about making the switch from like Windows or using a different version of Linux, we want to take a fresh look at Linux Mint, and let's go ahead and dive deep into it. So Mint is known for its user-friendly approach and its robust feature and performance. It's based actually on Ubuntu, which means that you're getting a rock solid foundation with a lot of the same benefits. All right. So first of all, on the website, if you go to just linuxmint.com, you will see that it comes in three different versions. You have Cinnamon, and then you have XFCE edition. I don't know if that's a word like sci-fi or sci-fi. And then you have the, is it mat? Is either mate or depending on where you're from, mate, right? However you want to say it, it's really up to you. Cinnamon is the most popular edition though, right up here. It offers a modern, sleek interface, which it's kind of familiar with your layout for those transitioning from actual Windows, and it's highly customizable, compact with a lot of features. But if you prefer something more traditional, then Mate would be probably your best bet to go with because it provides like a classic desktop experience and it's lightweight and just straightforward. But then XFCE is more like lightweight, so it provides more speed and efficiency, and it's perfect for like older hardware systems. So if you want like a minimalistic approach or setup without sacrificing a lot of functionality and you know RAM and all that stuff, then this will be the best bet. Um, Linux Mint is actually known for its stability and speed, right? So it's lightweight, it runs smoothly. Even on older machines, you can actually fire this joker up and run it. And it comes pre-installed with a lot of software like Firefox, LibreOffice, and like GIMP and so forth. So out of the box, you have a lot of good features that you can use just by installing it from the get-go. All right, so let's start by just going in. So if you wanted to download and test it, you can click download on any one of these that you choose to go with. And once it's downloaded, it's going to basically be like an ISO. So I've recently downloaded the Cinnamon version that we're going to go ahead and play with and do its installation. Now, once the download is completed, you have a few options. You can use a virtual machine, which we're going to do shortly, or you can open up anything like Rufus or Belencher and just go ahead and burn it to a CD, right? And then you can boot from the USB. So for this case, we're going to be running it from my lab. So I've uploaded it right here to my lab environment as an ISO. So we're just going to go ahead and create a VM real quick and get this process started. So we're going to create a VM, and let's call this. All right, Mint. This is fine. I'm gonna go ahead and find the ISO, which is right here. It's also a Linux version, and then just go ahead and click next. Everything is fine for the default, except the basic is cool. That is fine. I could do 4096. Just give it a little bit more RAM, and that is fine and good to go. And we're gonna click finish. So we're gonna go ahead and create this VM real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and fire this up in a console base, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So as you can see on the main screen, it's really easy to navigate, right? So if you do nothing, it will actually start Linux Mint, just by default, it will automatically boot into the operating system for you. And like I said, this is very lightweight, so as you can see, it's starting up. Okay, so once you get into the installation phase, you're just going to click on install Mint that's on the desktop right here. And then once you are here, you're just going to click on the language that you want and click continue. And then from here, you have the option to choose a keyboard layout. Mine is going to just stay the same. Click continue. And then the next step should be the installation type. So you can install a codecs if you choose to. Click next or continue. And like I said, it was actually built on the Ubuntu, so it's downloading the drivers. And then now right here, the installation type, you can erase and install or do something else. We're going to erase and install. And click install now. And basically, it's just going to prompt you a few things, letting you know what's happening. So just go ahead and click continue. And at the bottom, you can see your progress. So each step of the way, basically right here. So right here, actually in Hawaii at the time of this filming. So we're just going to click continue. And then now we're just going to fill out a few things. So you just want to put your name, and then whatever you want to name this computer. So I just want to call this username. I'm just going to put something like doesn't matter, and password, just give it a good password. In my case, I'm just going to log in automatically. This is fine. And then the name right here, I'm just going to call it, give it a company name. And this is good to go. And then we are ready to rock steady. Okay, so the name is reserved by the system, obviously. So let's go ahead and just change this. And we're ready to install. And the installation doesn't take a long time. Like I said, it's very fast, so you can just go ahead and have this pushed through. I'm gonna pause here real quick, and we'll be right back. Once the installation is almost complete, you should have seen like a lot of on-screen displays, and it's just giving you like an overview of what Mint comes with and all that good stuff. So my installation is almost done, so we're about to get into the GUI interface here shortly. So once the installation is complete, you will get back a screen like this. It's going to ask you to either continue to test or restart. So we're going to go ahead and restart the system, and we shall be right back. Once you restart, you'll be granted with a welcome to Linux Mint operating system screen. Right on here, you can go through the first steps and launch all of these good stuff right here, which I think is pretty cool. Just going through this stuff. It also has a documentation feature where you have a collection of guides available. Some of them are in PDF, EPUB, and all that. that you can actually read upon. There's a help community as well and a chat room, so you can ask questions. And if you're lost, actually the community is very good. And then if you want to support, is also a good way to keep the project going as well. Like I said, if you're used to Windows, this version is very similar to what you're used to on the Windows version. So basically, like if you right click the desktop, you can create folders and documents and so forth. You can change the desktop background that you're kind of used to, set up your display as well, and you have the option to also, customize the settings and so forth. And then it has like a start menu too, like you're used to, so you can actually go over here to like the system software settings, set up your preferences, and so forth. You can do the date and time. Like it's so much, but it's similar in the application application space of what you can actually do. I prefer. It's one of my favorite actually installs because I said it's lightweight, doesn't require much, and if you're trying to get away or you just need something that's similar to Windows but without all of the extra vulnerabilities, I think Mint will be a good approach for you as well. Just like how you have the downloads and so forth, similar to what you're used to on your Windows box, right? Your preferences, you can go in and change a lot of the stuff, right? It also comes with like Firefox installed, and under the applications, you could come down. So similar to a lot of the stuff that you will actually see on your Windows, you can literally fire it up. There goes Firefox right there. You got firewall configuration, general settings and so forth. LibreOffice is right here as well. So similar to Microsoft Office, you have like your own open source version that is actually installed on Mint. So like I said, it's plenty of customization options right out the box. Um, it is really good for someone that's actually trying to switch over, or you just need a good, clean version of Linux to play with. Yeah, so basically, I mean, like I said you can set up your network settings, similar to what you'll see if it's wired or whatever, right? So to wrap this up, really, I mean, like I said, Linux Mint is a fantastic choice for anyone looking for a user-friendly Linux distribution. It's easy to use, it performs well, and it offers a lot of customization as well. So if you're thinking about making the switch, or you just want something that's new, I think Mint is definitely worth considering. By all means, it's open source, is free, so why not go ahead and try it? So, hey, thank you guys for watching this review. I hope it was helpful, and then give us a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel for more content. Let us know what you think about Mint and if you're using it in your environment, and if you actually try it yourself, let me know what you think about actually using it. I'm thinking about implementing this more because we use also Ubuntu, but like I said, I really love the light version of this because this is actually built on the Ubuntu interface, and it's lightweight and perfect operating systems that you can use in replace of Windows. So until next time, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.